It's time for Eastmont Wildcats Soccer on the NCW Life Channel. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by The Walkabout Grill in Wenatchee and Leavenworth, Collins Fashions, Town Nissan, and Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge. Now let's go live to Wildcat Stadium for all the action. Alongside Matt Wisen, here's Sebastian Moraga.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to East Wenatchee, home of the Eastmont Wildcats, who today face a very interesting challenge against the West Valley Yakima Rams. Hi again, I'm Sebastian Moraga. Next to me is Matt Wisen. And Matt, this has all the makings of a very tight contest. Two teams in the chase of Wenatchee atop the standings of the Big Nine.
Yeah, correct. Eastmont really took it to West Valley last time they played 4-2 at West Valley's home, so I'm sure West Valley is interested in trying to turn the tables on Eastmont tonight. Eastmont and West Valley have split. West Valley and Wenatchee have split. So we're trying to get some supremacy here in Wenatchee, East Wenatchee, send West Valley back home with a loss.
And trying to separate themselves from the pack, all of them in chase of the Panthers from across the bridge. When we come back, we'll have an interview with the head coach of the Eastmont Wildcats and a whole lot more here on NCW Live Channel. Don't go away. Welcome back to East Wenatchee, home of the Eastmont Wildcats, who today will face the West Valley Yakima Rams in a very interesting contest. And next to us is, of course, the head coach of the Wildcats, Coach Erin Radel. How are you, Coach?
Hello, I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Very well as well.
Good.
Looking forward to this game. And how are the girls feeling coming into this matchup?
They're jazzed. They're super pumped. Going down and beating West Valley as bad as they did, it was rare and it was long overdue, and we knew that night to celebrate while we could, because when they came up, it was going to be a payback.
Absolutely. Now, all hands on deck here for the game, or? Actually,
no, we're down. Cheyenne Chang, huge player for us in the middle of the field, a defensive mid, and also, we have a couple girls that we're not quite sure. We're going to have them warm up and see how they go, but for sure, not having Shy out there is gonna impact us.
Now, do you know a win against West Valley, without looking too far ahead, how does that place you as far as the playoff picture?
We'll be okay going into playoffs. For right now, we're kind of looking at seeding. You know,
okay.
you want to host. You want to try to get home field advantage for the playoffs if you can. So that's what we're looking ahead to, is trying to make sure that we're in a spot that we'll have a home game.
Absolutely, Matt.
So, Coach, keys to success at West Valley. I know things have changed a little bit when it comes to experience since then. And keys to success tonight against West Valley. You've seen them, maybe some footage against Wenatchee. You've both had some games under your belt. How do you prepare for a game like tonight? And what do you see making you successful?
We prepared for tonight with crazy intensity the last week at practice, and the same route that we took down there. We know that we're a good team. We stick together. We trust each other. We love each other, and it seems like West Valley is a team. It's 11 individuals out on the field. So if we can play as one team and let the individuals be individuals, I think that we'll be okay. But we got to stick together, though.
Mm-hmm. So, and you're getting a little bit new. I know early on you had lots of rotation going on, had a lot of success with some of your scores. You're able to get a lot of bench players in, bring up some reserves, and get them some time. Are you anticipating that maybe they'll get some more time tonight and keep that going while your other players are needing to be rested a little bit?
I would love to see that. Those are my favorite games, when everybody gets a little bit of playing time, everybody gets some touches on the ball. Those are the best games. So I would love that. We'll see how it goes.
Good deal. Well, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Indeed, we all will see how this one goes. This coach interview brought to you all season long by TC Slingers. Rock, bark, sand, and soil, we place the material for you. When we come back, 40 minutes of top-notch soccer action, the starting lineups, and a whole lot more here on NCW Live Channel. Don't go away. Wildcat Stadium here in East Wenatchee, where we're just about ready to start this contest between the visiting West Valley Yakima Rams and the Wildcats from EHS, Eastmont High School. And Matt, we said it during the pregame, this is indeed the type of contest where you keep your prognosis to yourself. You just enjoy it, if at all possible, and of course hope for a good result for the locals squad, but you know that everything is to play for out there today.
Oh yeah, and girls know it. It should be a lot of fun to watch. And I don't know if I'm going to be as bold as to predict a winner tonight. They both have lots of motivation to win this game, and both really want to get after it. And I don't know if I've seen Eastmont so excited for a game in a while.
Without a doubt. Now the starting lineups for this contest brought to you all season long by Arctic Refrigeration and Heating Incorporated for residential and commercial heating and air conditioning. First, the visiting West Valley Yakima Rams. Number 0, Megan Lee, the goalkeeper. Number 4, Claire Johnston. Number 5, Kendall Sharp. Number 7, Kaylee Moen. Number 8, Anna Hager. Number 9, Kendra Hanses. Number 11, Jordan Carnes. Number 14, Haley Marshall. Number 15, Shannon Curtis. Number 20, Lexi Mason. Number 21, Lily Fetzer. The Rams are coached by John Schubert, his assistants Kerry Steele, Steve Miller, Riley Steele, and Austin Chenoweth. Really quickly, before we begin this contest with the Eastmont Wildcats decked in pink tops, red shirts, and white socks. Pink, of course, honoring Breast Cancer Awareness Month, as you can also tell by the ribbons wrapped between the 20 and the 30-yard lines on the field. We're in business now with the Rams decked almost entirely in baby blue with white numbers. Going from left to right on your screen are the visiting Rams. Going from right to left are the hosting Wildcats. We'll hold off on that starting lineup in a second. The kickoff brought to you by TC Slingers. No more need for wheelbarrows, shovels, or rakes. We place the material for you. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Wildcat ball. Jaden Brown. Fetzer. The quick touch upfield. Into Wildcat territory. The through ball doesn't quite work. First on it is Emma Simpson. Delivered by Alonso. Alonso and Jaden Brown once again. Brown struggling to control that ball. Scooped back by the Rams. The shot across the center alley. First on it is Konarek. Battling with Curtis. Fetzer. And out of bounds it goes. It will be Eastmont ball. The Eastmont Wildcats jumped onto the pitch with Natalia Alonso, 00, the goalkeeper. Number 4, Jaden Brown. Number 6, Carissa Miller. Number 7, Ellie Goulet. Number 8, Alisa Konarek. Number 10, Lizzie Rodriguez. Number 14, Vanessa Valdez. Number 15, Emma Simpson. Number 16, Maddie Chandler. Number 17, Tess Sparks. And number 19, Megan Chandler. The Wildcats coached by Aaron Radel. The assistants Gabby Gonzalez, Rosie White, and Matthew Kimmel. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be thrown. It will take a few minutes, I think, to get used to this pink on the uniforms, but it's for a very good cause, Matt Wiseman.
Yeah, it's my eyes are still trying to adjust a little bit.
It's like they had a bad laundry episode or something. But no, they're wearing those pink tops proudly, as well they should, in support of a very worthy cause.
Yeah, both teams going after each other right away. Unlike the first round of the first half of league play, where we saw lots of teams kind of just tentatively feeling each other out.
They were kind of tinkering at the time as well.
And now they both know each other. They know that they need to make a statement.
Quick run across the middle. Sorry about that, Matt. And the stop by the goalkeeper, Megan Lee. You were saying?
Yeah, they both need to make a statement quickly. I think that's probably the keys to success for both teams. West Valley really wants to prove that Eastmont beating them was a fluke. And Eastmont wants to likewise prove that it wasn't a fluke. And I think if they can get a goal right away, that would really play into the psyche of West Valley.
The quick push upfield into Eastmont territory. Trying to keep it out is number 14, Vanessa Valdez. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Eastmont ball as we approach the 3.5-minute mark. We're at 3-12 right now. Battle at midfield. Ball remains in bounds. Recovered by Eastmont. Interesting idea along the right flank. First on it is the back line of the Rams. Ball goes out of bounds once again. It will be a throw-in for Eastmont. I like the aggressiveness early on by Eastmont. You were absolutely right there, Matt. That's a different attitude that I personally have not seen in this team.
Yeah, they're getting numbers forward a lot more than they have in the past, and they are looking to attack. I think they understand that they need to get that goal.
Push upfield. Let's see what the referee says. It's onside, but Natalia Alonso clears it up way out of her own box, and it will be a throw-in for the Rams.
As much as West Valley has speed on the outside with their width, this isn't. Wow, no, this isn't necessarily the pitch to be playing wide. It's a very narrow pitch. I believe it's like 55 yards. And so, ironically enough, Eastmont's had some issues defending straight down the middle of the...
Quick run up the field. Flag is up. None of that will count, but an interesting idea. Trying to beat the offside trap there.
Yeah, West Valley did train for that offside trap, and they are looking to try and push the ball through the middle in this field. West Valley trains on a 75-yard wide field, so this is about 20 yards narrower. It plays into Eastmont's hands to have a narrow pitch and be more compact. Usually, that's going to benefit the home team much more than it will a visiting team.
A battle across midfield, recovered by Eastmont only temporarily. Here come the Rams once again. Another through ball that almost catches the back line of the Wildcats in a rather compromising position, but it's only a throw-in now. It will be an Eastmont ball nonetheless. Jaden Brown. Whistle on the play as Emma Simpson tried to control that ball. Apparently it was a technical issue with that throw-in. As we approach the 6-minute mark, still tied at 0-0. Rams and Wildcats. West Valley Yakima and Eastmont. It's East against West here tonight. Pushing it upfield, running into a veritable wall of defenders. A push on the counter-attack. Trying to catch up to it is Lexi Mason, cleared back by Alonso. Still not fully out of danger as West Valley recovers the ball. Flag is up. Player went back from offside to an onside position. There's no fooling that young gentleman in the green jersey down there, is there, Matt?
No, he was on that one. I think you've seen that one a few times.
That's our good friend Ed Navarro, who has not only made a name for himself as a referee here in the North Central Washington area, but has helped us out a couple times as a color commentator when our friend here, Matt, returns to his old stomping grounds of Altoona, Pennsylvania. Or something like that. I don't know. Where the heck are you from? Anyway.
Yeah, the west side of the Columbia River.
A quick run into the box, shot across, coming and swept away by the defense of West Valley for the first corner kick of the game.
I think I missed a couple games. I was probably over on the west side of the mountains coaching at the time, and got called over for more soccer duty, just a little different flavor.
You sure you're not from Altoona? All right.
As far as I know,
All right. I need to get better spies.
I think I've woken up feeling I come from Altoona before.
Shot across, far post. Defensive header by the Rams. Taken back by Miller. Simpson. That one is Rodriguez. Into the box we go. Interesting maneuver there. Cleared back at the 18. Eastmont still pushing.
Yeah, I think Eastmont saw some video of Wenatchee West Valley game, and West Valley was having issues defending those long crosses in. Definitely took a page out of out of that game.
Ball goes out of bounds. And it will be a throw-in for the Rams as we approach the 8-minute, 25-second mark here in the first half, with the Rams of West Valley and the Wildcats of Eastmont tied at 0-0. A battle near the corner there, and with more urgency than the style, Alisa Konarek sends it to the corner kick. First corner kick of the game for West Valley, second overall.
Yeah, that was quite the battle going on over there. I think Konarek's going to have her hands full all night long.
There's a throw-in. Cleared away by Konarek. Trying again. Ball goes out of bounds. Referee says a second corner kick will favor the Rams. That's the third overall.
And West Valley really bringing a lot of people up.
They have only one person, well now maybe two, defending, plus the goalkeeper. Folks, this segment of the game brought to you by First Choice Collision Center, Heritage Memorial Chapel, and Wenatchee Racquet and Athletic Club, all proud sponsors of NCW Live Channel. There's the shot. The half volley doesn't quite work. It hands in the air for a while, and then it goes over the crossbar. But an interesting idea that time by West Valley, Matt Weiser.
Good movement. They did that to Wenatchee a lot. They're really hard to mark inside that box on those set pieces. They just move around like crazy and set picks for each other and make things difficult on the defense.
We're on the move once again. Kendall Sharp with a bit of room. Sharp. Alonso needs to get back a little closer to her gate. Shot across, swept away that time by Emma Simpson. And just like that is the third corner kick for West Valley in a matter of a couple of minutes.
Yeah, they're putting Eastmont under some pressure pretty quickly, getting forward and making their defenders communicate, organize very quickly. And West Valley's hoping to take advantage of a little bit of a delay there.
10 minutes, 33 seconds into this one. Shot across. Defensive header. Miller. Long kick upfield. Megan Chandler on the run. Let's see who wins this battle. It's Chandler, I believe, against Moen. And Moen clears it, keeps it in bounds. Back to Moen it goes. And that ball doesn't quite work. Recovered by Carissa Miller. Another battle once again approaching the midfield part. Jaden Brown, the pause, the through ball, and the stop by Megan Lee, the goalkeeper for the Rams. This part of the game brought to you by Walkabout Grill in Wenatchee and Leavenworth. Take a walk on the wild side. Handball called against Eastmont, I believe. It will be an indirect free kick for the Rams. 11 minutes, 41 seconds into this one with West Valley Yakima and Eastmont both trying to climb in the standings for a better seating position come playoff time. Battling so far to a 0-0 tie. 12 minutes into this first half. Throw-in coming for West Valley. We're back in action now. Good scoop that time by Kendall Sharp. Sharp, the shot across. Good ball on the left side. And then to clear matters up, Vanessa Valdez. Trying again are the Rams. That was Johnston. Marshall, ball goes out of bounds. It will be Eastmont ball, but that was a very good idea, switching flanks like that and then waiting for the shot in the middle.
Yeah, it was a really good ball there. I think she just messed up when she tried to play the cross instead of just taking a quick shot. Along
the right flank we go. Eastmont trying to scratch back. What so far has been a pretty even contest with West Valley Yakima putting some pressure here in the last few minutes. Konarek Back to Valdez. Valdez and Alonso. Alonso recovered by the back, made that the midfield. It was Kendall Sharp with that header, and then the flag was up, and once again going from an onside to an offside position, make that from an offside to an onside position, and Ed Navarro lifts his arm, signaling that none of that will count. Indirect free kick for Eastmont.
Yeah, that was the right call. West Valley didn't like that call very much, but you know, she was off by about a half body there, and that's enough.
Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Eastmont. This part of the game brought to you by Collins Fashions in downtown Wenatchee. Real clothes for real women. Looked like we had a substitution, but no, it was just number 9 and number 15 for the baby blue team, the Rams, switching positions, switching flanks of the field. A quick run straight up the middle. Sharp off to the races. Looked like Shannon Curtis, and the stop by Alonso, putting a sigh of relief on the back line of Eastmont. See, was that a handball call there?
Yeah.
It will be an indirect free kick for Eastmont.
Eastmont's living a little dangerously with their back two. They're not really getting a supporting role out of the two. They're staying very square, if you will, or across the field from each other. And so when one's got the ball, she really only has her only option for a safe ball is the head. It's not that square ball to her partner. She needs to drop off and give some negative support. And it's not quite happening. And if it's not the perfect ball, West Valley's sitting on that and can really take it to them.
Ball goes out of bounds. It should be West Valley ball on a throw-in. And the 15-minute, 30-second mark of this first half of play. Eastmont and West Valley Yakima tied at 0-0. If you just joined us, Eastmont is wearing pink tops and West Valley Yakima is wearing baby blue uniforms, almost from neck to toe. Almost entirely in baby blue. Ball goes out of bounds. The pink tops are as a tribute to Breast Cancer Awareness Month. A quick touch backfield. Pushed upfield now. A quick run on the right side. Trying to catch up to it with Shannon Curtis. She does. Curtis into the box. Oh, that clearing almost connected with Kendall Sharp. Instead, it's a quick counter in the making by Eastmont. Brown and Miller. Ball goes out of bounds. Miller on the throw-in. The quick touch. Back to Miller. Whistle on the play. Let's see what the referee says. Offsides. It will be an indirect free kick for West Valley Yakima. 60 minutes, 55 seconds into this first half of play with West Valley Yakima and Eastmont tied at 0-0. Ball goes out of bounds. It's returned a good 30 yards. Oh, it will be a free kick, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, there's a little push off in the back as that ball is being played out from the keeper, that long ball out, and just pushed her in the back, gain a little bit of advantage.
There's the kick. Into the box we go, and Alonso sweats this one out and manages to keep it in bounds. Good effort by the goalkeeper, but like you said, Eastmont living dangerously at times.
Yeah, they are more dangerous than I'd like to see them. They definitely need to realize that whole supportive role of the second defender.
There's Mason. Mason pushing the ball upfield for Hanses. Battling it out with Vanessa Valdez. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be West Valley Yakima ball. The Rams will put it into play now. 18 minutes and change into this one. Rejected by the back line of Eastmont. Right at midfield.
There's an offside right
Is
there.
Moen. Flag is up once again. That must be the 5th or 6th offside we've seen, and we're barely 1/4 into this game. Indirect free kick.
No, they never blew the whistle because they the attacking player backed off and took herself out of the play and allowed Eastmont to play the ball out, so the referee allowed it to play on.
Ball goes out of bounds. Throw in for West Valley. Kicked away by Alonso. The quick header by the Rams, rejected by Eastmont. Across midfield we go into West Valley territory. Off to the races is look like number 6 Miller. Ball goes out of bounds. There's Brown. Back to Miller, swept away by the back line of West Valley. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Eastmont. 0-0 tie so far, 90 minutes, 21 seconds into this one. There's a throw-in, into the box it goes. Right at the 18, getting that left foot ready is Goulet. Has to back up a little bit, then the shot and the stop by Megan Lee. We haven't seen really Megan Lee tested so far.
Not too much. I think Eastmont's going to want to try some of those longer shots on them. Make that defense challenge them a little higher out.
The through ball looking to connect with West Valley's number 15, Shannon Curtis. Does not quite work. We have a couple of players warming up. And a quick substitution happening for West Valley. I believe it's number 9, Kendra Hans, is taking a seat. We'll tell you in a second who replaces her. We're back in action now. Quick move up the field by Tess Sparks. Trying to connect with Miller, rejected by West Valley. This could be interesting. There's somebody waiting right across the middle, and that last touch kind of got away from her. A collision with the goalkeeper, whistle on the play. Wouldn't be surprised to see a yellow card there. No, just a quick talking to by the ref, but a free kick for Eastmont.
Yeah, West Valley's first touch really let her down. That keeper was in no man's land, if you will, and really set herself up to be chipped. But that was a really, really harsh first touch. Just put it out of reach.
There's the free kick.
So I'm not sure that. I mean, that was. I don't think. They got a lot of crowd screaming to protect the goalie. They kind of did. But the goalie being that far out is more of a field player.
Yeah, it's a hard call to make.
It is. And it looked to me like the player was trying to back off a little bit.
Yeah, there was no intention to, like, okay, it's either the ball or me. It was she didn't go like full on at the goalie in that time. Throw-in coming for the Wildcats. 22 minutes, 3 seconds into this one. This part of the game brought to you by Town Nissan, your local East Wenatchee Nissan dealer, where honesty and transparency come first. Ball goes out of bounds. Referee has declared it will be a corner kick, the second corner kick of the game for the Wildcats, 5th overall. As we see a player get ready to enter this contest for the Wildcats. Looks like Abu Amu from up here, and it is Raja. Here comes the corner kick. Out of the box, cleared away. Now from the top of the box, trying to get a shot off was Tess Sparks, cleared back by the Rams. Before Claire Johnston can catch up with it, the sideline is there, and it will be a throw-in, but not before Raja Abu Amu gets her first minutes of play here in this clash between Rams and Wildcats. Taking a seat will be Ellie Goulet. So midfielder for midfielder, basically it looks like a breather to me. It doesn't look like any major tactical shift is in the offense. A quick shot into the box, waiting for it, I should say, was Maddie Chandler. Cleared away and sent out without many style points on that one.
No, just get it out of play and reset, and live to see another play there.
23 minutes 46 seconds into this first half of play. 0-0 tie so far. A quick touch. Now the chipper into the box. Cleared away by Haley Marshall once again. As if the ball was covered in thorns or something. Get away from me. The quick header. Cleared back by the Rams, and another throw-in. Stop me if you heard this one.
Well, I think West Valley does have issues when it comes to building out of the back. They're more of a hoof it type of a ball team, and especially this narrower pitch, you're just not able to build out very well. It plays itself very well to just kind of booting it, which is unfortunate.
It does not do much for the game in terms of making it what we thought we were going to see, which is a hard-fought, well-played game. We got the hard-fought part right, but it's still a little raw in some areas. Quick push upfield, trying to connect with Carissa Miller. Trying again is Simpson. Leaves one behind. Collides with two, and ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Eastmont. What do you think Coach Radel is thinking halfway through the first half?
I think Aaron
is she satisfied with the team is playing?
Is generally pretty happy. There's some things that Eastmont needs to clean up. They really need to watch that back line, and playing the trap so high up in the field can really set themselves up for a long through ball.
Like that one, for instance, but not a major problem so far. And now it may become one as Shannon Curtis steals it away from the defender. There we go.
There you go. I think
that was
she
a
was
tough
on
one.
that
I
time.
thought she was onside that time myself. Yes, a good maneuver nonetheless by the Rams.
The other players towards the middle of the field were off, but it sure looked like she got just a half step on. But I mean, Ed is more perpendicular to the play than I am.
And a side closer as well. Yep.
About 7 yards away up the field, or behind that play from where I'm sitting now.
Indirect free kick for Eastmont. Vanessa Valdez. Rejected by the Rams. Marshall. Cleared back by Alonso. Konarek. Taken back by the Rams once again. Claire Johnston. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for the Rams. Jordan Carnes. Ball goes out of bounds. Throw-in for Eastmont as we approach the 27th minute 30-second mark here in the first half. A 0-0 tie between Eastmont and West Valley. Long kick upfield by Haley Marshall. Not a whole lot of direction on that one. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Eastmont. This part of the game brought to you by Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge, your Town Chrysler family store where people get nice surprises. A bit of action now down the sidelines with number 7 for Eastmont, Ellie Goulet, getting rid of the warm-ups and getting ready, in my opinion, to get back into action here at Wildcat Stadium. We'll see what happens with that. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be West Valley Yakima ball. Throw-in coming for the Rams, and there's the substitution. Taking a seat will be Megan Chandler. So Abuamu's staying in. She came in for Goulet. There's the header. Flag is up once again. And none of that will count. Another offside.
Just not able to step up with that back line as they're moving up. They're moving up really well and catching West Valley off a lot. They just need to move with those defenders and stay one step in front of them and then wait for that ball to transition back in their favor.
29 minutes and change here in the first half with West Valley and Eastmont tied at 0-0. You said before the game started that this Eastmont team would miss Cheyenne Chang, and I think you're right. They're missing some of that spark.
Well, they do look a little out of sorts tonight. Cheyenne, they run lots of stuff through her, and she's a very talented player and really pushes the pace well. I have a feeling that she was key to some, if not most, of the 4 goals that they scored against West Valley earlier this season.
A battle between 2 players there, with West Valley prevailing, but only partially. There's Jaden Brown and Maddie Chandler getting that right foot ready. There's Chandler. The shot, it bounces off a player and almost changes direction, but it doesn't fool Megan Lee. Now, Eastmont is not the only team with some gaps in their starting lineup. We have 2 players for West Valley who are not even in uniform today. They are out with injuries, as we see Alonso deliver a pass that goes to the wrong player, but luckily for her, Emma Simpson is there to clear up that particular mess. Push up field along the left side, sent out of bounds by Haley Marshall. Ball will be served by Eastmont on this throw-in. Tai Brennan, a defender, and Gracie Smith, a midfielder / goalkeeper, are out of the lineup for the Rams here tonight in East Wenatchee. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for the Wildcats. 30 minutes 54 into this one. Just a few minutes away from the halftime break. Quick touch to the right. Ball goes out of bounds as Maddie Chandler tried to scoop it back from the Rams. Along the right side we go with Shannon Curtis. Flag is up. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for West Valley Yakima. 31-34 into this one. If you're just joined us, if you're just joining us, I should say, it's a 0-0 tie between West Valley Yakima, the Rams, and Eastmont, the Wildcats. Ball goes out of bounds now. And it's a throw-in for the team in baby blue, the Rams. Along the stripe we go. Bit of a rough play there, no call. A player hits the deck. It looks like number 4 Brown. Whistle on the play, foul called. It will be Eastmont ball in what so far has been a hard-fought game, but a rather clean game.
Yeah, no, I'm not seeing anything malicious out there. They're both playing pretty rough and getting after it, but it's clean.
Folks, don't forget, Thursday, October 19th at 7 p.m. is Call of the Wild with Arch Ecker and Bliss Lidler, as well as Clarkie's Corner with Chris Clark. Then at 7:15, it's the game between the Wenatchee Wild and Merritt, a game from October 14th. A quick touch and sent out of bounds by Alonso. A bit of a miscommunication there, you think?
Yeah, you know, we were talking about West Valley's inability to really play the ball out of the back. It seems like Eastmont's also having some issues. I think just slow getting organized and finding their spots, and so when Eastmont's on the ball trying to build, players aren't in their spots quick enough, and so they kind of have to look for somebody. And then by the time they find somebody, it's too late, so they end up losing the ball or just hoofing it downfield.
There's Jaden Brown. Ball went out of bounds. And it will be a goal kick for the Wildcats.
That's setting up into West Valley's favor is we've seen several really close calls. Eastmont's been turning the ball over on their own, say, using the football markers, their own 40-yard line. And with the play moving away from their goal, they turn the ball over, and West Valley can play in behind a lot quicker and easier. Fortunately for Eastmont, West Valley's been a little slow transitioning back on side during that period. As soon as they figure that out, it's going to put Eastmont in a really tough spot.
The quick touch to Maddie Chandler, rejected by West Valley and rejected again by Chandler herself. Ball goes out of bounds, throw in for West Valley. And what has been hard fought, but at the same time, not a very fruitful first half for either team. We haven't seen either goalkeeper really tested or really busy.
Not really. I think they both have stuff to work on for the second half. If I'm Eastmont, I'm probably looking to get that ball, possess that ball more in the middle of their field, first off. And then second, try and get some numbers on the far side and overload that for a long cross.
There is the clearing by Brown, connecting with Maddie Chandler. And then Emma Simpson. Ball goes out of bounds. Throw in for the Wildcats. There's the throw in along the left side. Marshall. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Eastmont ball as we approach the last 5 minutes of play here in the first half, with Eastmont and West Valley tied at 0-0. There's the shot. And a bit of a surprise there. Maybe the wind got a hold of that one, because Megan Lee looked far too circumspect, far too relaxed, and then the ball kind of turned to her right and almost surprised her.
Yeah, that took quite the bounce there. I'm sure Megan Lee was taken off by that one.
A quick run along the right side on the counter by Shannon Curtis. Ball goes out of bounds, and you said it, man, Matt. Both fullbacks are having a hard time with penetration along the flanks by West Valley.
Yep. Yeah, they've got pace, and that's what hurt Wenatchee. And definitely putting Eastmont through their paces tonight.
Free kick coming for the Wildcats. The header by Shannon Curtis. There's Curtis, actually, scooping it up away from Vanessa Valdez, but it's Alonso who puts a stop to the danger. A quick push along the left side. Flag is up.
Another offside.
And it will be, I'm guessing probably like the 6th or 7th at the very least that we've seen here in the first half alone.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Indirect free kick for the Wildcats. Lizzie Rodriguez. Taken back by Kendall Sharp. Sharp racing with Tess Sparks. The through ball, everybody's on side. Let's see what's going to happen here. The touchback by Emma Simpson to Alonso, with a bit of sang-froid there, a bit of cold blood needed to make that connection, and she does. And now a long kick up the field, not a major problem for Megan Lee. 37-53 on the scoreboard, as it's customary. The scoreboard will stop at 38, and it does. Brown. Alonso. Over there to put some pressure is Kendall Sharp. And it doesn't quite work for Alonso, and she has to try twice, and the delivery still ends up on West Valley's Curtis's feet. And the second clearing goes a long ways away.
Way too nonchalant back there with that ball. Just
it's not the first time either.
Yeah.
A quick run along the left side. Impressive maneuvering there by West Valley. Trying again is Lexi Mason. Back to Lexi it goes. Flag is up. None of that will count. Offside. And a substitution in the making for Eastmont. It will be number 19. Megan Chandler returning to the pitch. That is unusual. I don't think we've seen that lack of urgency when dealing with the ball from Eastmont before in the times we've seen them this year.
Not too much, no. I mean, I'm trying to figure out if she saw something, if she thought the ball was going to be called back for a foul or something. I'm not sure, but really was way too at ease playing that ball and just completely.
She's onside. This could be interesting. A quick run on the right side. Into the box we go. Gets past the goalkeeper. And on an empty net. Cannot deliver a shot. She's going to try it again. Goal,
Yeah.
goal, 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 goal. Shannon Curtis. And those mistakes we were talking about. Once again. Shannon Curtis makes it 1-0 West Valley at the edge of the break, my Wisen.
Yeah, they were playing so high and trying to living by that offside trap, and you live by it, you die by it, and that really caught them. Only so much you can do as the keeper. It looked like she was struggling to get back onto her line there and just never found it.
And there's the whistle that tells us that this first half is history, with West Valley Yakima counting on a tally by Shannon Curtis at the edge of the break to make this 1-0 Rams. When we come back, we'll have a quick recap of the first half action and a whole lot more here on NCW Live Channel. Don't go away. Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium here on the east side of the bridge. Excuse me, East Wenatchee, Washington. And we just saw a referee work his magic, or try to at least, with the ball at midfield, and having just about the same amount of luck that Eastmont had during the first half. Now we're getting into it. There we go.
Yeah. 25th time's the charm. Reliving the glory days, not quite so much anymore.
All right, we're back in business here in a couple of minutes with Eastmont trailing. Yep, trailing West Valley Yakima by the tally of 1-0. The Eastmont ladies dressed in pink tops in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, an insidious disease that affects both men and women. And the ladies from West Valley Yakima decked in baby blue almost from neck to toe, and taking advantage of an offside trap and they tried it and they tried it and they tried it until finally it paid off for them in the shape of a lone tally by Shannon Curtis. There's the whistle. We're back in business here in the second half with Eastmont going from left to right on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, and the Rams from West Valley doing their thing from right to left. Quick shout out to our man Mike Bonnickson from the Wenatchee Daily World doing his thing over there with a gigantic camera. There's the throw-in for West Valley. Taken back by Tess Sparks. Throw-in for Eastmont now. Recovered by the Rams. Into the box we go. The quick push by Kendall Sharp. Right at the line of the 18.
Oh, she got didn't get away with it, but that was pretty close right there. When you're defending inside your box and your hands are a little bit away from your side, that's playing dangerously back in there.
And if that's one thing Eastmont did in the first half was live dangerously. Ball goes out of bounds. 1 minute and change here in this second half, with Eastmont trailing West Valley Yakima 1-0. There's the throw-in. Header doesn't quite work. Cleared away by the Rams. And from 40-plus yards away, the ball goes out of bounds. Not a major problem for Megan Lee. We didn't see Megan Lee tested, I would say, at all, almost in the first half.
I think she just tested herself when she misjudged that one bouncing
I remember,
ball.
yes, I forgot.
I think she was trying to keep herself in the match and interested in.
Look what I can do, folks. Ooh.
Trying to record an actual save.
The pride of Altoona, Pennsylvania, ladies and gentlemen. Or is it Scottsdale, Arizona? I never can remember.
I haven't been to Pennsylvania. I have been to Scottsdale before, so I guess we could say that.
All right.
I wish I had the salary to live in Scottsdale.
Ball goes out of bounds. Well, we can talk to Eric Granstrom. I'm sure we can work something out, you know.
Yeah, after this phenomenal job we're doing tonight, I'm sure raises are on the way. We're going to get a ratings increase.
Ball goes out of bounds, throwing for Eastmont, and we have a bit of a talking to going on. Let's see what this is about. They're going to switch balls, it looks like. Yeah, some of the balls not up to snuff. I wonder if that's the ball the referee was playing with at halftime.
That's his excuse right there.
Yeah.
It wasn't inflated properly.
Yeah. There's the throw-in. Downward header on the defensive maneuver by the Rams. Whistle on the play. Let's see what the referee calls this one. Offside. Oh, my goodness. Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Wow. I'd always wondered.
Well, Eastmont, I don't know if they've been caught offside yet. They haven't really had the ball too much.
One time. One time by my count. Yeah, one time. And a couple of players starting their warm-up runs for Eastmont. Here's the ball. Scooped back by the Rams. The quick touch to the left. Bounce back. The shot. And a brilliant save by Alonso. That was far more dangerous than it looked, in my opinion.
That was a tricky one. She trapped that right on the bounce.
Surprised not to see Cora Fry. But then again, it is Alonso. Other than that one goal, she's done a good job when it's been demanded of her.
Yeah, she's done a good job, but late on, it seemed like she was losing a little bit of focus, and I think that's also contributed to what cost them that goal.
How can you tell that?
Well, 2 errors. She got caught out just prior to that, I believe, right? And then that offside, she came out and did a decent job of cutting down the angle. She still couldn't get back into the goal, I believe. She was tripped up a little bit. And I would have liked to seen her really kind of get after her defense a little bit. You know, you watch the pros, and I mean, none of that, not all of that was her fault, but it was a combination between her and the defense, and really kind of light a fire under them.
Almost 5 minutes into this one, with Eastmont still trailing West Valley, and a quick run in the making this time. It's number 4, Claire Johnston, battling with the back line of Wildcats. Good job that time. The quick push-up field for Carissa Miller. And a quick maneuver to the top of the box, but Megan Lee with the stop. That first touch came courtesy of Vanessa Valdez to Miller. Good maneuver that time. Long kick up the field. Kendall Sharp can't quite cage it. Ball goes out of bounds. Let's see what the referee says. We might have the substitution here. Yep, it's number 21 for the Eastmont Wildcats. And of course, we don't. Oh, there she is, Maria Mendoza. Whew. There are 2 21s on the printed roster, but then we were told that one of them will be wearing number 1 instead. So number 21 goes to Maria Mendoza. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for a West Valley team that is showing a little bit more daring here in the second half. They're not relying so much on the trick play. They're actually, for lack of a better term, taking it to the Eastmont Wildcats, trying to penetrate through the flanks or trying to make something happen across the middle.
Yep, another offside though. Just couldn't.
There's the...
Yeah, Eastmont is working back a little bit more now and not pressing quite as high.
There's the quick maneuver to the top of the box, getting that little right foot ready. The shot bounces off a defender, trying again. Into the box we go. A bit of a space there. A good effort by Konarek. And the counter in the making, a quick run behind the back of the defender. This could be interesting. There's a shot. Goal.
And just as soon as I say they're not quite pressing quite as high, we get this quick counterattack.
And it's 2-0 West Valley Yakima. Well, that would be the 7th minute of play. And it looks to me like it was Lexi Mason, number 20. Yep, it was Lexi Mason, number 20. And the 47th minute altogether. And now Eastmont with some more homework to do here, Matt Wisen.
Yeah, quite a bit more homework. They need to get a point out of this game, and unfortunately, you hate to be in this position, but a lot of times it's going to come from your numbers in the back and you're pushing them forward.
A quick run down the center alley. The shot, not a major problem for Megan Lee, but at least they're trying something.
Yep.
How big of a shot in the arm for West Valley would be to get out of here with the 3 points, do you think?
Oh, I think they would be thrilled with that. They would have redeemed themselves against Eastmont, who took it to them the first time.
At home.
At home. And they would have drawn a split against Wenatchee as well. So going into playoffs, none of these teams have the advantage against West Valley. And likewise, West Valley really doesn't have the advantage against them, except for they're the ones that won last. And so
that makes a difference.
Yeah.
That makes a difference. A quick move along the left side. Carissa Miller battling it out there with Kaylee Moen. Ball goes out of bounds, throwing for Eastmont. And in a matter of 10 minutes, if not less, on that quick shot over the head of the goalkeeper. Madonna. That was close.
should be a corner, I believe.
And it is going to be a corner. First corner of the half for Eastmont, 3rd overall for the Wildcats, and by my count, 6th overall for the game.
Yeah, if I'm Eastmont, I'm definitely just going to keep shooting from all over the field on this girl. She's shown a couple of times now that she can be rattled a little bit.
Out of the box. Who's going to fire the shot? It's going to be the defense of West Valley. Trying again for the Cats is Emma Simpson. Rejected. There's Simpson again. Shading towards the right. Ball goes out of bounds. As Megan Chandler cannot catch up to it, it will be a goal kick for West Valley Yakima. If you just joined us, it's a 2-0 lead for West Valley Yakima. The first goal at the edge of halftime, Shannon Curtis. The second goal, 7 minutes into the second half, Lexi Mason. That was Tess Sparks. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for West Valley. Quick run into the box, cleared away by the back line of Eastmont before Kendall Sharp can catch up with it. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for the Rams. Sports on the NCW Live channel is brought to you by First Choice Collision Center, Heritage Memorial Chapel, and Wenatchee Racket and Athletic Club, 3 of our distinguished sponsors, helping us bring you live soccer action all season long from Wenatchee and East Wenatchee. Folks, don't forget, Thursday, make that Friday, October 20th, 7 p.m., Moses Lake at Wenatchee Football. Homecoming, a live broadcast with Ian Dunn and Mark Miller. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for the visiting Rams. Taking care of it, it will be Claire Johnston. And battling it out was Kendra Hansen. Stopped by Natalia Alonso. Natalia trying to connect with Emma Simpson. A touch by Jaden Brown. Over to chase it.
She was offside.
Is Kendra Hansen, and there's the flag that indicates that indeed that position was illicit, and it will be an indirect free kick for Eastmont.
One more time.
We have a substitution now. The first one of the game, I believe, for the Rams. Taking a seat, it looks like Shannon Curtis. We'll tell you in a second who replaces her. Rejected. Back to Alonso. Alonso and Valdez. Valdez trying to cover up some ground. Megan Chandler. Emma Simpson, a little too long on that touch. See what the referee says. Looks like a free kick.
Goal kick.
Goal
That
kick.
was out of bounds.
Goal kick. I did not see it go out of bounds, so that's why I was perplexed. 53 minutes, 5 seconds into this game. 13 minutes and change into the second half, with Eastmont still trailing West Valley Yakima 2-0.
Yeah, I was just talking to the referee crew before the game about these yellow lines. And, well, yellow lines in general. I spent all weekend at the Apple Cup tournament, and half of our fields there at Wall Wall Park were lined in yellow, and they disappear under certain light conditions. Not easy to see. I prefer an alternate color line of orange over the yellow.
Something that's a little easy to see, and
Yeah.
rejection by Alonso before the West Valley forward can catch up to it. Now battling it is Kaylee Moen. Moen double teamed right now. Ball goes out of bounds. Eastmont ball with a bit of urgency that time.
Yeah, definitely
the ball back.
more sense of urgency. I was just going to say that they're really trying to keep West Valley under pressure, and they still have a chance to get into this game. A 2-0 lead isn't my favorite of leads. If they give up one more, and West Valley probably would try and just bunker and sit back and weather the storm, which plays in Eastmont's favor.
They say that 2-0 is the most dangerous lead in soccer.
Yeah, definitely. I've definitely sweated out lots of 2-0 leads, and I hate them. And I've come back from some 2-0 deficits as well.
Tess Sparks. Valdez. Lizzie Rodriguez. Rodriguez. Cleared away by Moen. Off to the races is Mason. Alonso first. A quick touch to the left. Into West Valley territory we go. It was Jaden Brown. Ball goes out of bounds. Throw in for the Rams. 55 minutes, 2 seconds. A quarter of an hour into this second half of play. Make that Eastmont trailing 2-0. Chipper over the head of everybody. And this time Miss Megan Lee without any major problem. This segment of the game brought to you by Walkabout Grill in Wenatchee and Leavenworth. Take a walk on the wild side. And there's Alonso. Caught a little bit out of position. This could be dangerous. There's the shot, and Alonso has to backtrack and fall on her keister to make that stop. My goodness, she's living dangerously today.
Well, and she's right to play a high line when that ball's around midfield, acting as like a sweeper keeper, if you will.
Yeah, being her own sweeper, yeah.
But when she plays that first ball out, she needs to reclaim her line closer to her goal, and she's really slow getting back. When she's been very fortunate a couple of times tonight that West Valley hasn't chipped her.
That is a break because, as you can tell, they know that she's doing this, so they're testing her from a certain distance. They just haven't decided to put that ball airborne. Free kick for West Valley. 56-20 into this contest. There's the ball.
Good
Over
ball.
the head of everybody. Good ball. Goal, 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 goal. Masterful stroke. Masterful stroke. We were just talking about how they hadn't tested her by putting the ball airborne, and there you have it. 3-0 Rams. Number 14, that's Haley Marshall with, what would you say, 40-some yards, 50 yards?
Yeah, 50 yards. That was like, what, on their 45
Yep,
Eastmont?
yep.
Or,
57th minute and a 50-yarder. Looks like they had headsets tuned into this game. We were just talking about how they hadn't tested her on a high ball, and there you have it. And now we have a player hurt. It's an Eastmont player. Everybody will gather around, and this injury timeout brought to you by Confluence Health, Wenatchee's premier treatment center for all sports-related injuries. Hopefully it's nothing serious. We saw already one serious injury in the JV game at the very end. A player had to be helped off the field.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened here. Obviously we hope it's not serious. I think, is that Emma Simpson, I believe?
I cannot tell. She's trying to put very gingerly some weight on her, and now she gets up. It's number 15, it looks like. Emma Simpson, indeed, yes. And she's walking on her own power, so that's a good sign. She's limping a little bit, but
rolled an ankle or something.
yeah. And it will be number 7, Ellie Goulet, taking her place, while Emma Simpson tries to figure out whether she needs to take a rest.
Eastmont's moved her more into an advanced position in the second half. Try to go throwing the numbers forward, trying to get more attacking. They don't have anything to lose at this point. And so Ellie Goulet coming in for her, it makes sense.
Excuse me. We're back in action now. 58 minutes, 45 seconds into this one, and the West Valley Rams really taking it to their hosts, really being a rather irreverent guest here at Wildcat Stadium, leading Eastmont by the score of 3-0. The first goal at the edge of halftime on a quick run straight across the middle. See what happens here. And the shot, lucky for Eastmont, I believe that Eastmont player number 4 just barely touched the ball before the Rams player could deliver that shot. But now we have another player down.
Yeah, they both went down pretty hard. I mean, it didn't look like much of a foul.
No, it didn't look like a foul to me. No. Looked like the Eastmont player went and tried to basically alter the course of that shot, and the way that the momentum carried the West Valley player over her, and perhaps there was a collision there, but it didn't look like a foul at all. This injury timeout, once again, is brought to you by Confluence Health, Wenatchee's premier treatment center for all sports-related injuries. I have to say, it's been a clean game so far. It's unfortunate that we've had these 2 injuries, as we see some of the West Valley players doing jumping jacks and trying to stay warm, and some stretches as well.
Yeah,
this seems
cramped up. It looks like she's looking at her calf, or
it looks like this the right foot. Yeah.
Might be cramping up a little bit. Hopefully that's the case, and she'll see the pitch a little pretty soon.
Yeah. In a situation like this, you need all hands on deck. You need every single bit of help you can get to make a dent on this 3-0 lead by West Valley over Eastmont here as the clock ticks. We stopped around the 58th, 59th minute, I think.
Yeah, I think you just got done saying 58 something.
Yeah. She seems to be doing okay. They haven't requested any further help, so she's bending those legs. She's going to try to get up, and she is getting up. Good for her. And now she's very slowly walking off the field. But with very little help as well. She's walking out on her own power as well, so doesn't seem to be too terribly serious, which is another great thing to see.
It's a good sign there.
It's Vanessa Valdez. So first it was Emma Simpson, then it's Vanessa Valdez. And we see a lot of long faces on what's normally quite the cheery bench for Eastmont. Well, then again, there hasn't been many reasons to smile in this game against West Valley.
Yeah, those are two pretty big anchors to this team, and to see them go down has got to be make cause for everybody to hold their breath.
And let's not forget that Cheyenne Chang is out already, so that's 3 absences, or potential absences, I should say. There's Lexi Mason, who scored the second goal in the 47th minute. We should have maybe a couple of minutes of injury time, not a whole lot. There's still some time for Eastmont to make an impact on this game. And I have to say, I've seen Eastmont win and I've seen Eastmont lose. One thing I've never seen is Eastmont just drop their guard and not try. This is a team that, in my experience at least, maybe you've watched soccer around here far longer than I have, and that's because you're old. But
yeah, feeling like it after a whole tournament weekend. And this is a battling team. Eastmont doesn't give up, and they're not going to tonight either.
A quick run once again, and Miss Alonso stopping that ball. Long kick upfield.
You know what they say about 3-0 leads, too.
I think I'm about to learn something. What do they say about 3-0 leads, please?
Oh, they're the most dangerous leads, right?
Second most dangerous leads, yeah. 63-39 on the clock. Eastmont trailing. Who are they again? West Valley Yakima. Thank you. Now, who's old? West Valley Yakima by a score of 3-0. And we see a lot of little children in what looked like to be Wenatchee United garb.
Wenatchee FC kids.
Wenatchee FC.
Scott Chandler's I'm going to get it wrong here, 07 or 08 girls team right now.
Well, regardless, thank you for being with us, ladies. Thank you for supporting your local high school teams.
I think baby Chandler's on that team, and yeah, I see her right now, and with mom and dad down there, and they must have had training earlier today.
There's a chipper into the box. Let's see what happens, and a hard collision there, but Megan Lee manages to stop that ball and hold on to it. Yeah. Not too long ago, some of these ladies in the pink jerseys were one of these little gals and watching from the stands, I'm guessing. You know what's funny is that you talk to some of these kids and they'll tell you, yeah, someday I'm going to be there. There's no question, no hesitation. Someday I'm going to be playing for Eastmont or for Wenatchee or for Kashmir or for Cascade, whichever. Like, someday that's going to be me right there. Substitution for West Valley, number 15, Shannon Curtis returning to the pitch. There's the throw-in. A bit of a battle there. Konarek. Ball goes out of bounds. Throw-in for West Valley. Taking care of it will be Taylor Copeland, number 22. Cleared away by the back line of Eastmont. Goulet. Off to the races. Carissa Miller. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be thrown for Eastmont. I don't think that's the right spot for the throw-in, and the referee agrees with me. 65-55 on the clock. About a quarter hour away from the end of regulation, but like we said before, we're expecting at least a couple of minutes of extra time. If you just joined us, Eastmont is trailing West Valley Yakima by a score of 3-0. There's the throw-in. Header doesn't quite work. Shot into the box by Koski. That one is Sparks. Brown. Koski. Recovered by the Rams. Quick run in the making. Good effort that time by Marshall. Ball goes out of bounds, however. It should be Eastmont ball, in my opinion. No, I'm mistaken.
He called a foul out in the field. She just got slight obstruction there. And
I saw a little shove there. Was that what he called? Okay. All right, so a free kick for the West Valley Rams.
Now, some of these ladies from West Valley have got quite a boot.
Yeah. On a quick delivery that time, the shot and a beautiful save by Alonso, saving the gate of Eastmont from a fourth goal. And on the second try, a shot by Shannon Curtis. No, it's Rachel Town, number 16. It's not 15, it's 16. And another stop by Alonso. So these are some difficult times for Eastmont. And a quick run, trying to connect on the right side with Mason. Flag is up.
I'm just shocked that these players are, they just seem like they're unaware of what offside is. And I know they know better, but they really, it's like the first time they've seen it. Yeah.
Don't hold back, Matt. Tell me how you feel, pal. It's okay.
Just don't see offside that many times, I guess.
And an interruption by the Rams. This could be dangerous once again. Curtis. Battling. Nice job by the Eastmont defense. Miller. Sparks. Recovered by the Rams. Hager.
So I'll follow my criticism up with a little bit of support, I guess. I was just saying that some of these West Valley ladies have got quite a big boot. And after watching the unfortunate debacle down in Arizona State this Saturday night with the University of Washington laying a big goose egg, and scratching my head later on that night how a D1 college football team cannot seem to find a kicker. I think they're looking in the wrong places after watching. I mean,
true story. It could very well be.
Kicking is not as difficult as maybe some people like to think it is. Field goals and extra points and stuff like that is really not too challenging. But for some reason, University of Washington has had a terrible time finding somebody that can just put a foot on that ball.
Vizcaíno struggled. He's a fifth-year senior, and now this young man who had a really rough night over in the desert. Hard time replacing Cameron Van Winkle.
Yeah, it's a head scratcher. But really, all they have to do is come east of the mountains and look at some of these girls play soccer.
Indeed.
And they've got all they need right there.
Indeed. Substitution coming. Number 22, Raja Abuamu, returning to the play, replacing Ellie Goulet. And a free kick for Eastmont. The views expressed in this broadcast are the exclusive responsibility of those who say them and do not in any way represent the views of NCW Live Channel.
Well, that's all positive.
Or its broadcasters.
Thank you, Sebastian.
Well, wasn't it a year or two ago when the Cougars had an open tryout for a kicker and they went to all the fraternities and stuff like that looking for somebody, or was it a quarterback?
I do not know that. I wouldn't be surprised with either one with my old alma mater.
Setting up to be quite the, if they keep up with the last two games trajectories, quite the toilet bowl, Apple
Cup. Yeah. You remember the one they had a few years back when it was like the last year of Tyrone Willingham, when the Huskies hadn't won a game and the Cougars had won like one game. I think it was.
Yeah.
It was
that was a true toilet bowl.
It was a proud moment to be a Washingtonian, for sure. Well, we're back to football with a U now, folks.
Much more entertaining.
Into the box, cleared away by the Wildcats that are still trying to make a dent in this shutout that the West Valley Rams are pitching, to use another sports analogy. A quick run in the making, and here we go again. Let's see what that right foot can do. No, she's turning to the left, the chipper over the head, and it dances over the crossbar.
Right idea, just couldn't quite get it. That's a pretty good left foot there.
Yeah, without a doubt. 72 minutes, 6 seconds on the clock. We're just a handful of minutes away from the end of regulation, with Eastmont trailing West Valley Yakima by a score of 3-0. A couple of substitutions once again. It's number 6, I believe, entering the contest for West Valley Yakima. That's Catherine Whitman. Talking to the coach, John Schubert, we went over the names, and I said, Whitman? No, he said, Whitman. Oh, you mean Whitman? No, Whitman. I guess I need to work on my pronunciation. I don't know. 72 minutes 45 into this contest, and another substitution this time. This time is Emma Simpson. Glad to see her return to the pitch after that scary injury about 12 to 13 minutes, maybe a little more, into the second half. 2 on the wall. Getting ready for this kick is Lizzie Rodriguez. And a quick move that time. The shot, and it dances wide. A good effort by Eastmont.
That was a good little first touch by Eastmont right there. Really good quick turn.
You know, in Colorado, talking about kickers and looking in the wrong places, Windsor High School in Colorado has a female kicker in their football team. Her name is Julie Brockhammer, and she's splendid. And a quick run in the making once again for the tireless Rams, rejected by the back line of Eastmont.
Yeah, I've seen some female kickers in college football, and
that's right. The University of Colorado had one for a while.
Just some of those stories you definitely like to see, and USC has a blind long snapper.
That's right. He's legally blind. I read about that. Yeah,
blind long snapper.
Yeah.
So
collision there between two players. The ball goes out of bounds. It should be Eastmont ball. And it will be another substitution. This time is West Valley asking Lily Fetzer to take a breather. We'll see who replaces her in a second.
Another dangerous spot. I think this is right. Oh, I was thinking that was a foul. It's a throw-in. But the point in the field where Eastmont wants to attack West Valley is from 30 yards or so out from that corner and set up that crossing ball across the front.
All right. Goal kick coming. No, it's going to be a free kick, it looks like. As we approach the last handful of minutes in this contest. Steal by, it looked like number 22, Copeland. Taken back by the Wildcats.
Came from an offside position there. As much as I was bashing on West Valley for their lack of recognition on offside, they have done a good job exploiting the second runner, which is the way through on an offside trap. Most of their goals have come from that second runner coming through, and not the first runner where the defense typically keys on and sets that trap on.
And pivoting header that time by Eastmont. Whistle on the play once again. Let's see what the referee says. It will be West Valley ball. So.
And you know, as we used to play the trap when I was in high school a long time ago, and we fell victim to that trap a lot. And as a midfielder, the second runner, I also fell victim to it quite a bit. But you know, as my coach said, you got to live on the edge, and the way you beat those offside traps are the close hairline calls that make a referee either make a call or not make that call. I guess if he makes the call half the time and doesn't make it the other half, you're doing pretty good. So
here comes a quick run on the right side, keeping it alive. Good job by Copeland. Clearing it for the Wildcats is Konarik. Across midfield it goes with Carissa Miller. Taken back by Kendall Sharp. Sharp, she's onside. There we go again. Let's see who goes with her that time. It looks like Konarik once again. Shot across doesn't quite work.
Get that ball across the middle again.
Yeah, a little more room. But then again, we are getting close to 80 minutes of running around, so she may be excused if the legs are not exactly there anymore. Ball goes out of bounds. It should be a throw-in for Eastmont that it still trails West Valley Yakima by a score of 3-0.
78th minute of play.
Just about. Ball went out of bounds when that Eastmont player tried to kick it over the head of the defender.
Or I think they would say we're in the 78th minute, but not at the 78th minute.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, there's a whole bunch of little kids. I mean, little children.
Yeah.
Watching this game. They don't seem to be nearly as cold as we are.
No, those mini channelers, they got lots of energy tonight, and I guess little heat factories going on. I should have them run around this booth for a while, heat things up.
Ball goes out of bounds. It should be West Valley Yakima ball, in my opinion, and it will be.
Fortunately, the wind died off, and we didn't get nearly the wind we were anticipating.
I was in Quincy this afternoon, and it was like being in Ellensburg East.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the whole reason those shelters that Eastmont had purchased earlier are not up.
That's why I was wondering where those went.
Trying to get those out earlier today, and nearly had a catastrophic incident with them. And
tumbling in the wind.
Instead of breaking something that's worth several thousands of dollars, they decided just to leave them in a spot where they're safe and call it good.
Long kick upfield now. Trying to capture it is Jordan Carnes. Doing the Lone Ranger thing now. Carnes trying to get past Konarik. Helping her out on the right side. Shot across. Alonso and the stop. Good effort by the goalkeeper for Eastmont. Clock has stopped on the scoreboard. The referee checking his watch. Abuamu. Scooped back by Caitlin Moon. Pushed upfield. Bit too long that time. Konarik. Good job by West Valley battling that ball. Konarik persevering and prevailing, however. Good effort. Konarik. Eastmont having a really hard time connecting, putting passes together, putting 2-3 moves together, and making up some room.
Yeah, I think they're looking for that ball that's not the intermediate or the short ball. They're looking for that long home run ball, and it doesn't necessarily happen all the time.
Referee checks his watch, smiles at one of the players. Ball back in action. Cleared away by Sparks. Before Vanessa Valdez can connect, interrupted by Haley Marshall. A quick run Tess Sparks and Alonso. Shannon Curtis. Ball goes out of bounds. Throw in for West Valley. This could be the last play of the game, and it is. The game is officially over with Eastmont losing to West Valley Yakima by a score of 3-0. When we come back, we'll have a quick recap of the action here at Wildcat Stadium, so you won't want to miss it. This is NCW Live Channel. Don't go away. Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium, where we have just seen a tale of two halves. In the first half, West Valley went into the break holding on to a 1-0 lead, and in the second half, West Valley did much more than that, my boys, and they really took it to an Eastmont squad that could never get anything quite going today.
Not really. They just seemed out of sync. Was it their midfielder that they run everything through? Cheyenne. With her gone, I think that really kind of threw this team off a little bit, and they were looking for that person that could really organize and direct traffic, and never really quite found it.
The custom agent, the one that all the balls go through that player. She determines, she delivers, she finds the open space. Very common in Argentinian teams in the 80s and 90s. Now, what do you tell your team after losing at home 3-0 so decisively today?
Well, it's West Valley, so you're not all that concerned. You've had success against them this year, and they've had success against you. So who are you? Well, you're a team that's 50-50 against this team. So hopefully next time you see them, you have success against them again. You learn from this team. You learn what to do defensively, especially that pressing on this team, setting a high line, and in some cases trapping this team isn't necessarily the smartest thing to do. West Valley's got pace, and they can put the ball through. Yeah. And that's how they scored.
What do you tell Natalia Alonso? How do you get her chin off the floor?
Oh, shoot. It's not nearly all her fault.
No, I'm not saying it was. I'm not trying to imply that at all.
No,
I'm just saying she had a rough evening, especially in the second half.
And that's what I would say is look, you went against how many one-on-ones?
A pile of them.
And she came out ahead on a pile of them. So she gave up 3 goals. Well, it's going to happen. And she's just got to get past it and look to the next game.
And let's not forget that one of those goals, it's not going to happen in, I would say, a year or two.
Yeah, those wonder strikes. I mean, they're flukes. Yeah. It hit her in a weird spot and got over her head. And it's just not going to happen 9 times out of 10 to her.
Absolutely. A quick recap of the scoring. First, in the 40th, in the 40th minute of play, right at the edge of the break, the offside trap failing the Eastmont Wildcats, and Shannon Curtis taking advantage of it for a 1-0 lead. Then the second goal in the 47th minute, that one hurt. That was not, we were expecting Eastmont to basically bounce back up off the canvas, and instead they found themselves in a 2-0 hole. And then about, I would say 10 minutes later, the 57th minute, I would say, what was that, 50 yards, 53
Close
yards?
To 50 yards out, yeah. It was just a long free set piece blast to the right under the detector, right under the crossbar.
Absolutely.
There.
The second goal by Lexi Mason. The third goal, a rocket, and we do mean a rocket, by Haley Marshall. The final score, West Valley Yakima Rams 3, Eastmont Wildcats 0. For Michael Price, Dan Coons, Caitlin Hedersheet, Matt Wisen, and myself, Sebastian Moraga. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching Eastmont Wildcat Soccer on the NCW Life Channel. Today's broadcast has been presented by Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge, Town Nissan, Collins Fashions, and the Walkabout Grill in Wenatchee and Leavenworth. Bringing local sports to you, we are the NCW Life Channel. Thanks for watching.